J.R.R. Tolkien's The Lord of the Rings is a vast and intricate tapestry woven with threads of mythology, history, and a profound symbolism. Among the many creatures that populate Middle-earth, the Balrogs stand out as figures of immense power and terrifying presence. These demons of the ancient world are more than just monsters, they are fallen Maiar, beings of immense spiritual power corrupted by the Dark Lord Morgoth. This video delves deep into the Balrogs, exploring their origins, nature, role in the history of Middle-earth, and the lasting impact they have on the narrative. Greetings all, I'm your guide the Archivist. Today I'll look at the history of the Balrogs. Before we begin, please remember to like the like and subscribe waystones down below, so that more people can learn from the archives. To truly understand the Balrogs, one must first understand the cosmology of Tolkien's world. Before the creation of Arda, Eru Ilúvatar, the Supreme Being, created the Ainur, spirits who were tasked with shaping the world through music. Some of these Ainur, drawn by the beauty and promise of Arda, descended into the world as Valar and Maiar. Among the Maiar were those who were drawn to the darkness of Melkor, later known as Morgoth, the first Dark Lord. The Balrogs were originally Maiar of fire, beings of pure spiritual flame. They were drawn to Morgoth's power and became corrupted by his evil, transforming into terrifying creatures of fire and shadow. The precise details of their transformation are explicitly stated, but it is understood that their inherent power was twisted and amplified by Morgoth's dark influence. They became beings of immense strength and destructive capability, serving as the most formidable warriors in his armies. Their nature is duality, a paradox of light corrupted by darkness. This is reflected in their description. They are wreathed in shadow and flame, wielding whips of fire and often armed with swords and axes. They inspire terror in the hearts of even the bravest warriors, and their presence is often accompanied by earthquakes and storms. While Tolkien's descriptions of the Balrogs can vary, certain consistent details emerge. They are described as being humanoid in shape, though of immense size and strength. Their bodies are shrouded in shadow, making it difficult to discern their true form. The core of their being is fire, which they can wield with devastating effect. They can summon and manipulate fire, using it as a weapon and defense. Their whips of flame are particularly dangerous, capable of inflicting agonizing burns. They are masters of shadow, able to cloak themselves in darkness and obscure their movements. Balrogs possess an incredible physical strength and are highly resistant to damage. Their presence alone can inspire fear and dread, weakening the resolve of their enemies. While not explicitly described in detail, Balrogs likely possessed some form of magical ability, stemming from their origins as Maiar. The Balrogs played a significant role in the history of Middle-earth, particularly during the First Age, when Morgoth waged war against the elves and men. They were among his most formidable warriors, leading armies and wreaking havoc across the land. One of the most significant events involving the Balrogs was the fall of Gondolin, a hidden elven city. After centuries of searching, Morgoth finally discovered Gondolin's location and unleashed his armies upon it. The assault was led by Gothmog, the Lord of Balrogs, who engaged in a duel with Ecthelion of the Fountain, a valiant elven warrior. Both were slain in the battle, marking a devastating loss for the elves. Following Morgoth's defeat in the War of Wrath at the end of the First Age, most of his forces were destroyed or scattered. However, some Balrogs managed to escape and went into hiding, slumbering deep beneath the earth. The most famous Balrog in The Lord of the Rings is the one encountered by the Fellowship in the Mines of Moria. This Balrog, known as Durin's Bane, had been awakened by the dwarves of Khazad-dûm during their deep mining expeditions. In their greed for mithril, they delved too deep and disturbed the Balrog, who unleashed its fury upon the dwarves, forcing them to flee their ancient home. The details surrounding Durin's Bane's awakening are shrouded in mystery, but it is clear that he has been slumbering for millennia. The encounter with Durin's Bane in Moria is one of the most dramatic and pivotal moments in the entire narrative. The Balrog proves to be immensely powerful, capable of shattering stone and wielding fire with devastating effect. Gandalf the Grey confronts the Balrog on the bridge of Khazad-dûm, uttering the iconic line, "You shall not pass." In a climactic battle, Gandalf defeats the Balrog, but both are plunged into the abyss. The sacrifice allows the Fellowship to escape Moria, but it comes at a heavy price, as Gandalf is believed to be lost. The battle between Gandalf and the Balrog is a symbolic clash of good and evil, light versus darkness. It demonstrates the immense power of these beings and the sacrifices required to overcome them. The details of their fall and subsequent battle in the depths are shrouded in mystery, but Gandalf later reveals that he has pursued the Balrog for days, eventually defeating it at the peak of Zirak-Zigil. The Balrog serves several important functions in the Lord of the Rings narrative. They are remnants of a bygone era, a time when Morgoth's power was at its peak. Their presence serves as a reminder of the enduring threat of evil and the need for constant vigilance. The Balrogs are a cautionary tale against the corrupting influence of power. They were once beings of light but were twisted into instruments of darkness by Morgoth's influence. The Balrogs serve as formidable adversaries that test the courage and resolve of heroes. The battles against them are often pivotal moments that force the characters to confront their fears and make difficult choices. The Balrogs add to the depth and complexity of Tolkien's world. They are not simply monsters but beings with a history and a purpose, adding to the sense of realism and immersion. The Balrogs are far more than just monstrous creatures in The Lord of the Rings. They are complex and multifaceted beings with a rich history and a significant role in the narrative. Their origins as corrupted Maiar, their immense power, and their terrifying presence make them a formidable adversaries and symbols of the ancient evil that threatens Middle-earth. The details surrounding their existence, from their fiery nature to their participation in pivotal battles, contribute to the depth and richness of Tolkien's world. Their encounters with the heroes of the story serve as trials that test their courage and ultimately shape the fate of Middle-earth. By understanding the Balrogs, we gain a deeper appreciation for the themes and complexities of The Lord of the Rings. And so I have now covered the content for this video, but if there's anything that has been missed, please share them in the comments down below. If you enjoyed this content, please remember to like the like and subscribe waystones down below. Na luego vanadvan. Until we meet again.